dealing with flight or fight response.
Yeah, fight or flight, flight or fight. However you want to
Whichever.
say it, it's the same thing.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Angie.
Hey, I'm Eddie.
Thanks for joining us at Life Squared.
Welcome to Life Squared, brought to you by the Perfectly Imperfect Network, from imperfect folk everywhere.
Dealing with fight or flight response.
Right.
This is very significant to people with PTSD. But any anxiety disorder can have you suffering from this type of response.
It sure can.
Why do you have it? Because there's some sort of trauma back in your life. Some people simply can get it from someone raising their voice because maybe that happened at home when they were little and it bothered them, you know?
Yep.
And what bothers one person and sets them into a fight or flight response, another person could thrive on. So it is very unique to you. So what is happening physiologically? When you go into this mode, the hormones kick in, the experience, you're back at some terrible experience that happened in your life, and your brain registers a threat.
Right.
Okay? Doesn't matter whether the threat is real or not. That is totally immaterial. If you believe it's real, that's all that matters.
Right.
Okay? But your thinking brain shuts down.
Mm-hmm.
And you go into this almost prehistoric mode where you're running from the dinosaurs.
You've got to get out of there.
There's a pterodactyl.
Gotta go.
Exactly. And this is common to people, again, that have PTSD or other anxiety disorders. And what you do is you freeze.
Yeah.
And you've had some anxiety disorders.
Right.
And you've talked about freezing.
Yes, that's what I do is I would freeze, or I would kind of go into a self-exile or hiding. Like I wanted to just not hide in a corner, but you just don't want to face anything.
You like create a shell.
Yeah, you think if you just sit there and don't do anything, it's all going to go away. Wrong.
Exactly. You know, the taxman's knocking at your door and you're not handling it, even though you know you should, because what? Your thinking brain has went on vacation. Says, I don't want to stay here. I don't want to live in this environment right now. So I'm going to take a little vacation. I'll come back when it's all over.
See ya. Bye. I'm going on spring break.
So actually this response has symptoms of its very own.
Uh-huh.
Now these symptoms can mimic other things.
Yep.
And a lot of people will find themselves at the emergency room,
Yeah.
believing they've had really horrible physical things go wrong, and it's really fight or flight response as a response to some sort of threat, anxiety, old trauma.
Yeah.
Number one is difficulty breathing. Panic attacks.
Yes.
come into play.
Happens a lot.
Heart palpitations. People often go to the hospital really believing they've had a heart attack.
Yep, that's true.
And what's happened? They've had a panic attack or this fight or flight response.
Yep.
Shortness of breath. Again, that can be kind of like a panic attack.
Yep.
Hot and cold flashes.
Yeah.
You might be freezing cold, smothering, sweating. You're drenched in sweat.
Yeah.
And the next person might be freezing to death. I tend to be more freezing to death person. And of course, sweating will go along with that. Tingling fingers and toes. Although I am a PTSD sufferer, I've never had that one.
Yeah, I know you have.
Have you ever had fingers, toes tingling?
Yes, I have, and I think that is because, your brain's shutting off oxygen to your body.
Yeah.
And I don't think you're getting the circulation to some of your extremities.
That's a good point.
I don't know if that's a medical fact or not. I just something I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Frequent bathroom visits. Some people will get diarrhea. Some people will have frequent urination. And they'll just go and go and go back and forth and have lots of bathroom visits.
Lots of bathroom.
Muscle tension, because why? You're so darn tense.
Tensed up.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And headaches,
Oh, yeah.
you know. Now these can be in the form of migraines, or they can be other type headaches, from my understanding. I'm not a big headache person, thank goodness.
I never had the headache.
But a lot of people do, and a lot of migraine sufferers are also have this fight or flight response. Nausea. A lot of people will get nausea issues.
Had that one.
I've even heard people get stomach cramps. One of our kids, when he gets a little nervous, he gets terrible stomach cramps.
Yeah, he does.
Tunnel vision. I mean, actual tunnel vision, where, you know, you're not seeing things clearly. I've heard of people, this is an unofficial symptom, getting those floaters.
Yeah.
Where you just got those little spaces where you can't see, and it's all cloudy. So, what do?
You got to do something.
You don't run to the hospital every time. Now, we are going to have some somatic training where we start learning to take these memories out of your physical body.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that. We've got the set up. That's coming very, very soon. And I'm very excited about that. And that will also help you get these traumatic memories out of your body, because your body has sort of lots of brains, and it remembers things in different places.
Sure does.
I often use this example from an assault that I had. When someone touches my leg, I nearly jump out of it doesn't matter.
That's a fact.
Oh my gosh, don't touch my leg. And it's really my left leg more than my right leg. And I'm not kidding. It's not, I mean, we always laugh about it, but truly it's not funny to me.
It's not funny.
So these somatic exercises, I'm hoping they help me more with that response, because, you know, we're in the car and you're patting my knee and I'm like,
whoa,
I'm about ready to fight. You know, we're going to have a wreck.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, just pat my leg. Anyway, so how to calm yourself. We're going to give you 7 ways to calm yourself.
Okay.
First of all, deep breathing. Deep breathing is great medicine. Learn to breathe through your nose. Try to get to 7 counts in, 7 counts out, and use your whole system, you know?
Right.
And concentrate on the breath. That'll take you away from whatever your fight or flight response is responding to.
Yeah.
Number 2, start noticing the trigger patterns. When you start noticing them, you can maybe start to eliminate them. Or at least, like I do, tell people, don't touch my leg.
Yeah.
And they don't touch it as much. And when they do, they're, you know, like when Eddie does it in the car, he's not thinking about it, you know. It's not that he wants me to jump up with my fist, you know, ready to go. But it happened yesterday.
Yeah, it's just a natural
it's just like
response.
You just pat somebody on the leg. Okay, so notice those trigger patterns. That will help you maybe eliminate them or deal with them. If you recognize things, sometimes they lose their...
nip it.
Yeah.
Nip it
it's
in
kind
the
of like
bud.
nip it in the mud. Okay. Number 3, make an effort to just accept it. Know it is your trigger. Don't brutalize yourself over it. When it happens, if you sort of accept it, you sort of move away from it real quickly.
Right.
Yes, just like yesterday, I taps my leg and I'm, and I could kind of laugh about it. I'm like,
We kind of laughed, said, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, then I'm over it. So I accepted it. I'm over it, and we moved on.
It's done.
Whereas at times it would have me in a frenzy for, you know, an hour or so.
Right.
Number 4, exercise and yoga. It helps you get in touch with your body in such a way that these things lose their hold on you.
Yeah.
You know, they're just not quite as bad.
Right.
Number 5, meditation. Meditation is awesome. Yeah, and making the sounds can sort of tune your body to the universe and to yourself. Helps you get in touch with your body.
Yep.
Number 6, just analyze the trigger. That kind of goes along with noticing it.
Yep.
Analyze it. Is this real? When it comes along, is it real? Is this logical? Because sometimes it's really not logical.
You're right.
That doesn't mean it doesn't have the same power. Number 7, if it happens a lot, and a lot is, if it happens 2 or 3 times a year, that's a lot, then get therapy.
Get help.
Especially if it's lasting a long time. Therapists are really good at helping you with the fight or flight response. There's some therapists that integrate yoga with therapy. They are probably the best for this. We have a pharmacist in our town who's also a fight or flight response yoga expert. You probably have one in your town.
Right.
And
Check it out.
If it's happening a lot, it's worth it.
Yes, it is.
So we appreciate you joining us today.
Yep.
Please hit the like button. Please respond if you like us. You guys have all been great. We are having a great time, and we hope that we're helping a lot of people. So thanks for joining us here at Life Squared. And peace everywhere.
We really appreciate you joining us today at Life Squared on the Perfectly Imperfect Network. To get more content, please consider subscribing. If you have any questions or feedback, we'd love to hear from you in the comments section. Thanks for watching.